we don't succeed by accident. And everyone talks about mindset. We go, right, that's football, and I love football. Some of you, it might be soccer. But they talk about football as hard. Where Cristiano Ronaldo's got the greatest mindset. But we don't actually understand what mindset actually is. And how do we define mindset? Mindset, for me, is the set and the setting of the mind. So by you saying, I need to become conscious of who I am becoming, that's a frame, that's a set. Like a director, a film set would set up his set. You have to appreciate that the outside world is directly correlated with the inside world. We're mature enough and empowered enough to understand that we don't go and change what's out there, we change what's in here. So in order for me to become more disciplined on the outside, I need to firstly become more disciplined on the inside. And I'll give you an example and a story. So I've not been brought up into any sort of money, like I said before, kicked out of school, kicked out went to college because my friends were there, smoked a lot of weed, fucked up so much during my time at college, at university. I scraped through, only went there again because my friends were there. I was told, don't come back to university in the second year. Who are you? They sort of wrote a letter saying, we don't even know who you are. You never turn up. Don't bother coming back. I found a job through my friend. Society doesn't teach us how to think. So I just fell in the trap of, my friend's recruiting his place, so I'm going to go find a job in recruitment in Canary Wharf in London. Long story short, fucked that up, got sacked, went to another job, got sacked, and literally fucked up until I was about 23 years old, where I found myself depressed in a place where I was in my darkest time. And they call it like a quarter-life crisis. And what happened during that period was a sort of a shift in awareness, a shift in focus. And the beautiful thing, I picked up the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. A lot of you may have heard of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I was not an avid reader. I didn't read at all, but I read that book and it lit a fire inside of me. And that book, then I read that book once. 3 weeks went past. I read it once. I read it again. I underlined keywords. I then wrote the whole fucking book out in my own words. 70 pages later. This was 15 years ago. In the back of the book, it had recommended reading. And for some reason, the book that stood out was called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And Napoleon Hill, I don't know if any of you have heard of that book. If you haven't, please read it. One of the things that he talks about is visualization. And you mentioned it before, Solomon, about, seeing your highest version of yourself occasionally. What I then started to do, and bear in mind, I had nothing at this point, just a dream and an idea and something in my heart to tell me that there was something more out there. Now I was equipped with books and I had a passion for the reading. And what I started to do was I started to visualize who it is that I was becoming, and I used to use my I am principles. So in my head, I believe I'm an athlete. I tell myself every morning I am an athlete. And I have this vision for what I want to look like. I go to the gym 5 days a week, I just end up there. I don't have to make a conscious decision to get there. I've been telling myself for the last 7 years, whatever, I'm an athlete, I'm an athlete, I'm an athlete. Every morning as soon as I wake up. On the business side of things, my affirmation, my I am principle was I'm a business master. I'm a business master. I'm a business master. I'm a business master. So we got to the point where I believed before the outside world started to shift, internally I believed I was a master of business. So whenever stuff started to happen, and I had a vision for where we were going. So whenever the shit started to hit the fan and I had to walk through fires, these fires were minimal compared to the mountain that I was, the summit that I was reaching. So what actually happened was the inside world shifted through my will, a conscious effort to decide who it is that I'm becoming. But I brought that future me into the current present state moment. They say the warrior archetype. Do any of you understand Carl Jung's work on archetypes and how the psyche works and everything else? But the archetype works, the warrior archetype is very much linked to the hero's journey. And the hero's journey very much insinuates a journey again. So it's like, where are you going? Who are you becoming? What does that look like? Create visions for what it is that you want to become, who you want, and then bring it into your everyday, every morning meditation, affirmation, breathwork session, whatever it is, and drive it into the heart, drive it into your being.